What's good, friends and family? Mr. Flip Flop in the building. I see a bunch of y'all in the building. Shout to everybody jumping on. Let's get more in the room. My host, you know him well, Third Mundo's about to pop in a second. Give me a second. Let me drop some things in the chat before I catch up. Hopefully everybody had an amazing Super Bowl weekend, got to watch the game. I know I did. Shout to everybody that came through for Paradise Life. Shout to all the Paradise Life members, all the Paradise Life honorary members. Shout to everybody. It was a dope turnout, and I'll get into that in a second. Let me just jump into this live. I'm still learning how to use the stream, y'all, so I'm going to go over my phone, catch up on the comments and all that. As you guys can tell, I'm tired as hell. Shout to Mundo. That's his channel right there. I'm going to post Mundo channel first. Y'all go sub to that channel real quick or after the live. I'm going to put everything in the pinned comment section. I think he said he's almost at 1,000. Let's get him to 1,000, y'all. One second. Let me post some more stuff up in the chat real quick. And my admins, could y'all copy and paste what I post, please? I don't have my other phone up here. I'm going to post 2 Cash Apps. I'll put Mundo's Cash App first, show him some love. I know he's about to jump on in a minute when I post that link. And I'm going to post my Cash App. 1 second. And then my guys sporadically will post the email and such like that. Okay, so let me drop this right here. Then I'm going to get into the chat. All right, so let me see what's up in the chat right now. Matter of fact, go with my phone. It's a little easy going through my phone. Still trying to figure the thing out. Hector Lopez, what up, baby? George Jojo, what up? Hard time struggle. Yeah, Southside, you already know. Hey, Roma, what's good? Queens in the building. Mama Flip in the house. Cool KT, shout to the bro. Oh, Young Philly in the building early. That's my brother right there. Murder Mace, Felicia Jordan. Y'all get them likes up. Felicia Jordan's here. Y'all already know what it is. Henry BX was good. Orlando Johnson. Also, shout to my man Nas D, man. Shout to my homie. We were supposed to do some like not do something, but just link up real quick. He came to all the events, but I couldn't make it to his spot. Shout to Nas. We got something big going on right over here in Maranatha. Nice little low spot. D, what's up? D Powers. Mr. Giles, what's good? Biggie Smalls. Travis, Luis Guzman, what's good, baby? El Boogie, Reggie BX, my brother, what up? Josh Holt, what's good? And shout out to my man Josh for doing those Super Bowl boxes. That was really dope. He put it together real dope. Nick Lloyd, what up? Dax, Sid the Kid, what's good? Adwin Wade, Rohawk, what up? Sean Dome, my man, what's good? Tell Zach I said what up. Murray Key, appreciate you. Best wings ever, appreciate you. So let me get to my before I jump Mundo in here. I don't even know if he's here yet, but let me get to my announcements. So basically, guys, we had a great weekend. As you probably can tell, I'm still tired, man. Let me crack me open up. Can y'all hear that? I made a mess. Could y'all hear that beer? A little fuzz, but it's cool. Third Mundo, there you go. Okay, give me a minute, Mundo. I'm gonna drop that link. My beard just fuzzed everywhere. Anyway, so we had a great weekend. Shout out to everybody who came through. All of Paradise Life, all of Honorary Paradise Life, everybody who just wanted to jump in the event. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Milton, 39th Street. Shout out to Nas. Listen, I gotta shout out my main board of directors. Marky, he wasn't there this time, but Young Philly, Murder Mace, Loco, man, listen, it's big. This movement's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's so dope because I told you guys, people were like, hey, do you think this is gonna happen? You think Super Bowl is gonna happen? And I said, listen, miss me with that energy because I'm not even in that. I'm thinking so positive. My energy's so positive, I wasn't worried. My biggest worry came in the form of the people who cancel last minute. As I said, I'm gonna take care of all those guys. But that was my biggest worry. Like, damn, I counted for these guys and then I hit. Other than that, everything was smooth sailing. Knock on wood. We'll get into those stories in a minute. So shout out to everybody. So you guys know I did all that work to help my people. When I say my people, I mean you, fellow travelers, so people weren't scared to travel. Someone said, hey, man, you went and found the testing sites so that you can get people to your restaurant. Well, guess what? I met 30-something people that didn't step foot in my restaurant but thank me for getting the testing sites. I do it for y'all. I told you this YouTube thing, though it helps people bring people into the restaurant, is not a major part of my business. Before I did YouTube, before you ever heard of me on YouTube, my business was doing okay. Got better, but it was doing okay. I was moving weight, moving wings. So the YouTube thing is just me giving information. We'll get into that later. So the curfew's been extended. Same times, everything same times. They just said, listen, it's fine. We're gonna leave it as it is at 7 p.m. weekdays, 5 p.m. on weekends. Okay. Shout to the mayor, Mayor Sosua, as you guys call him. I know him as Michael. He bought me a Burger King in Miami bar on Monday. That was dope. Popped up with a Burger King. So yeah, they extended the curfew to go another 15 days, same times, no change. The president already asked about another 45 days state of emergency. He basically said, look, things are going smooth. Let's keep it rolling and just keep flowing. See what happens. Okay. You guys already know my motto for 2021 is mind your business. What is that? Mind your business. Let me drop that link and catch up to this chat. 1 second, guys. So that's the news and notes. But then I'm going to go over something real quick with you guys that maybe you didn't know. Okay. But I need Mundo in here, the host with the most, to co-sign that. Let me get Mundo jump on that. Excuse me. Where is it at? What the hell? As I get into these comments real quick. There we go. So that's the link. Mundo, come on through. Let me catch up on these comments. Jesse Shorts, what's good? Excuse me. 1D Black, what up? Lil Dog, what's going on? We got 100. Hope y'all hitting that like button. David Powell, appreciate you for coming through. Appreciate you. Shelton Collins, what's up? Rohan, what up? Murray, what's good? Oh, Draco Poppy Polo, what up, baby? Oh man, yeah, it was a dope weekend, man. It was a dope weekend. Jesse Short, shout out to Chicago. Yeah, Sean Dunn. We had fun, man. Everybody was there, had fun. It started raining, I guess. I'm sure you guys heard about it. I mean, it was epic, and everything went well. So knock on wood, a lot of people were talking about it. They enjoyed it. All right, there go Mundo. Give me 1 second, Mundo. President didn't like water though, and I didn't feel like drinking no wine. I said, let me drink a couple beers. I'm good. But as you see, I'm terrible at opening up beer. D, what's good? Yeah, we the moving, man. We moving. Well, D Powers, it only rained it before the whole weekend came. It just started raining just now. Omar was good. Yeah, young Philly, we had a ball. Asani, what up? Let me bring my man Mundo up in here. 1 second. Mundo, give me a second. Let me finish these comments. Shout out to Mundo. Up there. Scroll up. Go hit that hit his channel. Let's get him to 1,000 up there. Pete Jack, what up?
Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute. Thanks for having me one more time.
Always, brother. It's a pleasure. You the host with the most. You the host of the show. And I got something I'm gonna bring up right now, which I need you to give me your info because of something I was talking about. Draco Doc, what up? Shout out to Doc, man. Came through. Dashim South Jersey in the bill. New Dean, what up? Yes, I was pushing major weight before YouTube on these chicken streets. You know what I'm saying?
And even if you wasn't, I mean, what's wrong with plugging your business for the people that follow you? And like, that's what I'm saying. Like, people would say like it's a bad thing, you know? Even
look, I was trying to make sure dudes was still able to travel, get their tests. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Miguel, shout to you. Okay, they go American Mason, but angry bus driver Leo. What's up? 29. What's good, baby? And scroll up. You're gonna see Mundo's channel and Mundo's Cash App and my Cash App. So hit them up. Show love to the chat. Now, so Mundo, I just told him the times are staying the same with the curfew. It's all staying the same. And then the president also asked for another 45 days state of emergency. Same thing to keep everything flowing. So like I said, for us, we've been through, since March, we've been on the curfew anyway. So it just goes up and down, up and down. Now, what I do want to talk about real quick before we get into our topic we talked about. And it's not what you think, but it's you can go into that on your own later. We're gonna roll. And by the way, stay tuned for our final thoughts. Mundo, I don't know if you like the name, might be kind of corny. Our final thoughts, I called it Mundo's World and Flip Side. So we go on that one at the end of the show. Whatever Mundo want to talk about, whatever I want to talk about. So now, let me explain the curfew, how this works. And let me explain some things that happened during the weekend. So the curfew's at 5 p.m. on weekends. I'm going to do the weekends because some people talking about the weekend. What that means for me as a business owner, at 5 p.m., and most of you guys were there, at 5 p.m., I start closing up. If you've been at the bar, you see the restaurant side. If you're sitting there, they say, hey, can you get up and go sit over there? We're closing this down. We're already stacking the chairs, stacking the tables. You can still get food. You can still get drink. Last call is $4.55. Because if I don't have to close the kitchen, I can do takeout delivery till 11. I don't, because I've learned from a lot of Dominican businessmen that, hey, we make our money now, let the street vendors make their money later. And plus, it costs me money to keep a staff there late at night. So 5 p.m., I've got to be closed. Now, since I have a restaurant, I can still serve you food, but to go, meaning you basically got to I've got to get you pay your bill within it's like basically a 15, 30-minute time period where you get your bill and get out. I'm loading up the furniture and you got to roll out. I can still stay open and serve food, but I can't have anybody sitting in my business. And then you got 3 hours of travel time, meaning you can be out on the street for those 3 hours, do what you want, but the businesses have to close. Now, if you remember, I was in Santo Domingo. I was 3 minutes late to the liquor store. I swear to God, it was 5:03. Devon was right. Devon's in the chat. He was right there with me. 5:03. And the guy said,
I remember you said it.
Yeah, the guy said, no, sorry. I said, it's 3 minutes. Just pass me the first bottle right there. Give it to me. He was like, no, we can't.
Happened to me today. Now we're liquor, but the gas station, it was 7:02. And
the gas station was closed.
Dude, yeah, 7:02.
I would think they would leave the gas open, though, but I had the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It should be. Look, funny you said that. I should have left that for my final thought, even though that don't have to do with the transit. But I was saying the same thing. If you got 3 hours to travel, if cars on the road, because 3 hours, that means if I could drive for 3 hours, I'll drive 60 miles an hour. That means I could get 120 miles to another place. I could run out of gas in that time. Uh-huh. Exactly. So it should close. But then I said, all right, maybe they're going to say, but then the workers got to stay longer. I said, I'm pretty sure people that aren't working, you could get them. I mean, see, I'm talking about gas stations, because that's a big business.
You an essential worker.
Little incentive. Yeah. Give them an incentive, and they make enough off the gas.
So basically, that's the 3 hour thing. You could be on the street, then you got to be in the house. So now let me give you an example of what happened on Saturday. Shout to everybody came to the beach party. It was so dope. So Saturday, we lined up at number 38, 39th Street, Milton spot, flip-flop. The crew was coming out. DJ set up.
Sound like downtown, 39th Street.
Shout to DJ Capone. Shout to the chef. Shout to my ladies that worked. It was crazy. So the cops rolled through, said hello. They see what was up. We had our thing set up, and it was before curfew. So after a while, a lot of people was out there. Cops just chilled. Shout to Loco. He brought us some hot dogs. They said had some hot. I said, everything all right? There's everything good. We just out here being cops. I was like, cool. At exactly 5 p.m., they walked to the DJ. That's it. I said, hey, guys, you ain't got to go home, but you get the hell up out of here. Party's over. Tell the rest of the crew, let's go somewhere else. That's it. 5 p.m. is the time. It's over. They ain't going to mess with us. They're going to mess with the businesses. So now, someone was talking about the Super Bowl. I think I said it in one of my lives. Stay tuned. Someone might have a Super Bowl. I'm just going to do catering. Well, throughout the week, Rumba built up a whole area in the back, like spent a lot of bread, built up a nice area in the back, specifically for Super Bowl. I went, put little feelers out, see if I can get some permission. I'll explain permission later. And so the reason I wanted you here early, Mundo, because I wanted you to see, get basically back up what I'm saying about what we're talking about right now with the curfew. So get permission, and me and Rumba was talking back and forth. So he basically, I guess he had it. Then Friday came and he goes, yo, I'm not doing it. I'm not breaking the law. I'm not messing with these guys. I said, all right, well, I didn't get a confirmation. I told guys I really didn't get a confirmation. If I get it, I get it. Now, what I did notice was throughout the weekend, people kept popping up asking me questions. Like they were spying on me or something. So once it got to Saturday, I didn't get the permission. Then it got to Sunday. I didn't get the permission. Then at 4 o'clock, I spoke to two of my mans. One said, yeah, maybe. I said, that's not an answer for me. I don't get down like that. The other one said, hey, here's some information you might want to know. I said, that's enough. I said, I'm not even going to chance it. So the girls were mad. So at 4 o'clock on the dot, because I told my friend, I said, I can't play around with my business or the vacation of tourists. I got to give them a solid answer, concrete answer. This is it. So Ray done. I speak to my people. I said, you know what? Hey guys, I'm having something at the crib. Whoever gave me your money up front for the game, here's your money back. Now, we closed up. That new bar that I'm sure you heard about in Sosua, excuse me. Whatever, it's a number bar. Something Plaza, I guess. I don't know. They
in front of the set store?
In front of the set store. Yeah, they had, I think it's got two names. I don't know what it is. Like my thing is this, guys. If they don't pay for a promotion, I don't know them. And I really don't know the name genuinely, though. So they had the game. I had some Paradise Life guys reserved over there. I ran to the crib, put the beers in the fridge, got the crib ready for whoever wanted to come by. At like 5, like shout to Kenny, he came first. So like 5, no, I want to say like 6. I got videos of the police ran up in and kicked everybody out on the street, put them all out.
Yes, I seen that.
Everybody got.
I seen that live.
Yeah, I was still here getting the crib ready, getting the chairs delivered to me, got buckets of ice, all that stuff. So, I just said small at the crib. So I'm like, damn, I thought he had permission. Well, here's the thing. The places that showed the game are part of hotels. Now, can I tell you every hotel could show the game? No, I cannot. But at 7:00 on the weekend, who is there to check that this ain't the rule? So the places that did show the game were hotels or resorts, whatever you want to call them. I don't know their business. I can't speak on it. What I know is what permission is basically saying, do you mind looking the other way? That's what permission is. And you see Mundo smiling right now. Permission is not, yeah, okay. Permission basically is if someone calls on me, I got permission from the only guy that can get me in trouble. That's what permission is. So he's going to say, okay, we'll take care of it and look the other way. There's really no, who can you call to break the president's law? You understand? That's why we know there be little parties here and there. You know what I'm talking about, Mundo? In the hood, there be parties here and there, late night joints. Well, that's because maybe that person I'm talking about is probably from those areas and knows somebody. They're like, hey, we're going to do something over there. It's not a big deal. Or, hey, we're not worried about them right now because it's not a big deal. And for you guys to understand, DR does not care about Super Bowl. It's nothing about, oh, they should let people say, but like, they don't give a damn about Super Bowl. Super Bowl is big in Sosua, nowhere else. So when people are like, well, they should let guys stay open for what? They're not going to make a special law because you guys want to watch the game. They're going to say go somewhere that allows you to watch the game. So that's my wrap up for the weekend. That's my breakdown of the curfew. Mundo, add whatever you like, and then we get into your topic of the night.
Well, now you hit it on the spot. That's what it is. That permission, that you paying sign off. That's whoever's at the gate for them to turn around and let you in. That's basically what that is. Because if there was a permission, you'll be able to get a paperwork from the with a government stamp on it that you could put it on your wall. So if the police come, you could really tell them, go for please have a good night. I'm legit. So sometimes they do want to, turn the other way, but if by any chance political pressure come at the last time, they hit them streets, and as y'all saw, they was all over the place. It was not just one business; it was to a lot of businesses.
It was a lot of businesses, yes. Yeah. Well, also, Mundo, I don't mean to cut you off. Excuse me. What you said about the paperwork. So, if you guys watched, I think it was Taylor May's video. I think it was Taylor May's video. It was a video about the jerk chicken spot in Puerto Plata. That's my old 718 lounge, the bar I had in Puerto Plata where I went through the DR horror story where the owner tried to set me up. If you look in there, all the furniture's red and white. That was my old 718, my business in Puerto Plata. So because the owner was a politician, that small location had a disco license. I was able to stay open till 6 a.m. So when I started getting it popping out there and other businesses were like, what's he doing over there? Cops came up and the big ass piece of paper on the wall had the owner's name on it to the building and the license to be open as a disco. I was
that's what I mean. You got the paperwork
with the disco license, so I could stay open till 6 a.m. like the casino could. So I'm sorry, I just want to give you that because, like you said about the real permission, that was on my wall at that spot that Taylor May did with the jerk chicken. They have a disco license for that building, so I know because it was my bar. So continue, Mundo.
No, you hit it on the spot, just like that's what I'm saying. If you get a special license, somehow, some way, the government give you that paperwork, if that's on the wall, then you good. And then on top of that, besides that, the fee gonna be less, but you still show love somehow, some way, because they still patrolling the streets. And even though you shouldn't have to, pay up or anything, as a business, you always look out for whoever on duty or whoever thing. So the night could be okay. But definitely on things like this, as far as the pandemic, but the emergency thing is. It's very hard to get over on anything. Some people could just run the 2 hours. They think, well, in the 2 hours, the police, how unlucky is my business going to be that they're going to run through here? They're not going to have enough time to go everywhere. But, it's better safe than sorry. Follow them rules, especially with this pandemic. Right. Yeah.
So, good, Mundo, let's go into your topic for the night. As I said, Mundo's the host with the most. He got some stuff for us.
Okay, now, whatever, we want to talk about. I know you told me the topics. I told you we could flow. I think you told me something before about that issue with the guy, that the lady got him or something like that. Break it down exactly. I know you don't got the video or anything, but was it that happened? We could go speak on it because basically, type of things happen every day. How the song say?
So basically,
you
tell me your version because I read part of the story. Now, guys, I was talking to Mundo behind the scenes. The guy in the story did a response video. My dumb ass lost it, and I can't find where I got it from. So if you see the story, a girl got a guy, a gringo, and I don't know where he was from, but he spoke really good Spanish when he did his response video. And something like $7,000, am I wrong? In a pistola or something like that, in a ring.
I didn't see anything at all. I actually only heard the news from you or whatever. That's why I wanted the video.
I thought you saw it. Okay, my bad.
No, I didn't get to see it.
Guys, press 1 if you heard that story about the Dominican chick who got the dude for all the money, and then she broke up with him like 5 days later. That was like in the news last week. So basically, he was in love with the chick, simping, bought up a solar, got her a ring, gave her some bread, and 5 days later she broke up with him. She went to her real boyfriend. So somehow I got on the news because he was complaining like, yeah, she got me. Well, yeah, she got you because you let her get you. Nobody can do nothing about it. So it was all over the news. So we got some ones. Okay, so he made a response video, and I only saw part of it because I was half asleep, but I downloaded it. And he was basically like, listen, I know I gave her the bread. I loved her. I thought she loved me. And in the messages that he posted on social media, it said, oh, you just used me. She goes, I was your girlfriend. I didn't use. Like she gave him the I loved you, but I gotta move on type stuff.
It's over there.
It basically was, thanks a lot, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, I was your girlfriend. You didn't pay me as a prostitute, you paid me to be your girlfriend. You know what I mean? So, like you said, these type of things happen every day. But the weird part is, it really made went viral. And the chick, kind of pretty. I haven't seen nothing from her, kind of pretty chick. But the story just went all over the place. How the dude just gave it all up for love. He was really in love. 29.
It's a lot that's giving it up. It's a lot that's giving it up. You'll be surprised and give it up easy. Like that amount sounds like a large amount, which it is for the way that the economy is nowadays. But I've been seeing close up on somebody that she always got like a couple of friends, them type of people from out there. She looking for some help. So here and there she got somebody, and then somehow she related to my wife or whatever. So I hear the rumors, or she be trying to ask for advice or this, and dudes be sending it out. I be surprised, like to her. I'm like, for real? They be sending it out. So, we really got to know the backstory on before that, what he did, how it went down. But guys got to be careful. They know what they're getting into. Everybody knows what they're getting into. We just think it's not going to happen, or when it happens, we want to cry. But
it's not going to be us.
Yeah. We willing to take the chance because we like them. We be thinking, all right, she just want the money. Like I'm gonna buy her, but somehow, some way, I'm gonna win her, or she's gonna end up, still. It's crazy. Like we fall for it as females. I'm a little stuck on that one because whatever I tell them, they still gonna get got tomorrow.
Real quick on a sidebar. Allow me to shout out the sponsors: JG Auto Import in Santo Domingo, Pinnacle G. We got a bunch of dope videos coming for the weekend. Villa Lyfe, my man EC. I don't know why I'm sweating so much. Mundo takeover. Let me turn my AC on, bro. Yes, I gotta use the AC because it's hot right now.
Yeah, let me just go ahead and roll up the chat. Yo, roll the tape. Shout out to you. You know what I mean? Shout out to you being in the chat. You know, I just thought about you a little earlier. You know, everything was certain. I know we had a little thing and all that. But shout out to you. You ain't a bad dude. You good dude. You all right. You know, but my success side, you know, you I know it shouldn't be venting in here, but I just saw you there, so I just want to tell you, you know, you are. I ain't mad at you. So you guys tell me, anybody that saw that story or that video, if y'all know where's it at or y'all have it, let me know. What was it that y'all heard that happened? What is he claiming? How do y'all feel? And again, you know, stories, like we can speak on anything because things are happening every day. Right now it's happening, you know. People still going to send. People still going to curse. You guys like the lottery, you got to be in it to win it. Yeah, exactly, Jackson Jeter, since even if it's an allegory from Adam and Eve, you know, who fell for it. If we ain't eat that apple, it's like, you know. Yeah, he did. He popped out. He popped out, Joel. He popped up at the airport. He was there.
Let's talk about that. Hold on. Let's talk about that. Time out. We're going to get back to the chat. Time out. So, Mundo, what the hell, man?
I'm right here. I'm going to get off the screen. I'm going to be right back. I mean, I'm here. All right. I'm just going to back the screen for a second, but I'm always here.
That was a pull-up right there. He pulled up on Milano. That was crazy. I'm sitting there watching. And you know what's crazy? It was mad people in there just watching, waiting.
He shot hands. Shout out to Milano. He shot hands.
It was a weird stance, though. He was like,
it's all good. It's all good.
I'm like, all right, I guess. You know, if that's how you fight, you fight. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm surprised. He really thought I was going to come up. I'm like, yo, if I drove 5 hours, I ain't going to drop 1 hour. Especially when I ain't done no videos in a while. There's free content, easy content. You know I'm there.
Easy content. That was dope. Real quick, let me catch up to the chat. 29, appreciate you, brother. Leo Ramirez was good. T. Moses, see them all, T. Machete Don, you already know. Travel Guard, shout to you, man. Shout to you and the team. They came through, did it up real big for the weekend. Let me see. LJ, shout to you. Second. Linden Boulevard, you already know. P. Jack, what up? Miguel Torres, add one way. Cousin Felix in the building. Hector Lopez, what up? Keith Gordon was good.
Shout out Puda God. Shout out Puda God.
My homie Z. What up, baby? When they said do more Bonnie videos. Yeah, real talk. I want to get to Bonnie, but my boy was over there the other day. He said it was boring as hell with the curfew and Bonnie. Kendall, how you doing, love?
Yeah, we're going to be doing the Bonnie joint. We're going to go to everyone, every bar, every drink they got out there. We're going to go out there. I'm going to hit you up with a little 1 hour drinking session and everyone. We already did, what was it called? Tequila, but we're going to do every other one. Any bar, liquor, any place that you know you're interested in seeing, you know, you let us know, you drop the comment, and we'll go over there, sit down for, 45 minutes, an hour or two, drink some beers so y'all can see the ambiance.
Hey, I ain't going to lie to you. I'm looking for a vacation. I was looking at flights to Medellin. I don't think it's going to happen. I might just go across the country. A lot of my guys in Santo Domingo right now, but I was like, do I really feel like driving to Santo Domingo? If I'm a driver, I'd rather go further out. Gaines Nation was good, baby.
Yeah. Yo, shout out my guy Gaines. I seen you earlier. I was going to shout you out, but Flip was talking. Jojo, Gaines, everybody in the chat. Big salute to everybody. You know, you guys definitely show support all the time, all over the place. Big community. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, Loco. Listen, my man Loco literally said, yo, told the cops, y'all want some hot dogs? Leave it to Loco to be wilding out all the time. Shout out to the team. Shout out to Paradise Life.
Okay, from up there. Okay, yeah.
Let me catch you.
Which video feed? Ryan Mace. Shout out Murder Mace. I think that's Murder Mace, right? Ryan Mace. Flip.
Yeah, it's Mace. Sorry, I was reading.
I'm not showing which one is the video feed, Ryan, but it should be on there on the channel when you hit videos. You know, a lot of them where it's just the talking, smacking, all that. I put them private and all that since a few people wasn't talking reckless online anymore. I'm like, let me get my foot off their neck. You know, try to keep a little cleaner content out there for you guys to click on. That's why it's not that many videos on there. But we come and work, and we're gonna bring y'all videos from everywhere. I know I keep saying it, but y'all gonna see once we take off, y'all gonna be like, yo, fans, but chill, you wildin', like let somebody else go live.
Yo, so look, they responded to that. So listen, it might happen to a lot of people, but roll the tape, shout to you. It might happen to a lot of people. The issue is this when it comes to any woman. I'm not talking about DR women. But DR is even harder because if you live back in the States, you're trying to keep a relationship with a woman 3,000 miles away, and you don't speak the language. It's not that easy either. So if you don't get to know a woman because you are for lust, then you really never gonna find out what she's really about. You might be in a situation where you think the relationship is one thing and she think it's another. I might have told a story before. When I was 16, I was sort of a big deal. I was out there acting crazy, doing what I was doing, but I had a lot of older chicks that really liked me. So I had I think she was 25-year-old chick. I pulled up on her in the whip. She's like, yo, da, da. She's like, dang, yeah, you a little younger, you act a little crazy. So I'm like, yo, give me your number or what? You know what I'm saying? So we linked up, we smashed or whatever. Like I said, she older than me, so she had a whole nother life before I ever met her. So kind of find out this ex-pimp from the projects, whatever. So I pull up, I'm in the hood. I roll through the crib one day, I see the dude pulling off in the Benz. And I'm like, nah. See, like I said, I had to get used to disrespect here. These things don't never happen to me in the States. So I was like, yo, what? So I come in the crib, like, yo, homie, this is good. She like, oh yeah, he came to drop something off. Now, I'm a young, wild dude. Imagine me with no hair here, a ton of Maxwell hair on my head and slim and just ready to fight at any time. And I was like, what you mean he would drop his son off? Crazy. Yeah. She was like, she said, whoa, baby, slow down. And I'm like, so take a seat real quick. I gotta talk to you. I'm like, so I'm tight. I'm angry. I got a bad time. I'm ready to kill everything in sight. Like I'm looking for Sarah Connor. And I go, what's up? She like,
I'm here, Mace. I'm here. I'll be back.
She goes, what do you think this is? I'm like, you my girlfriend. She said, no, we just had sex.
Yeah.
She said, I enjoy sex, but that's all we are. You too young.
You'd be surprised, Flip.
I said, hold on, look, Mundo, look. My heart was so hurt for like 2 seconds. I was like, oh, I knew that. Like, yeah, I don't want you my girlfriend anyway. Like, I was like, oh. So you like, I'm thinking I was in a relationship with an older woman. She's just like, I just want to have sex with this young man. You know what I'm saying? We having a good old time. So sometimes it's on that level where the man, you might think it's one thing, and she not thinking that. You may be like, yo, I'm a wine and dine her, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And she like, thanks for the gifts, homie, but I see you when I see you.
I got another agenda. Yeah. It's a lot. I was about to say, you'd be surprised with anything in general. Look, I got, and the girl actually like related to me far away. You know how you got them fourth cousins, fifth cousins or whatever. But I got like a fourth cousin that live in front of me, and he told me about this fifth cousin that moved like 2 buildings down. A female, look, real nice, representable from the Ocoa side, So she's studying to be a nurse, or I think it's a doctor or a surgeon, a plastic surgeon or something. But Flip, I kid you not, how 6 o'clock, the Benz pull up, right? Pulls out at 8. The Toyota Hilux pull up at 8, boom, pull out at 9. At 10, the little funny Suzuka, 3, 4 different ones, and just like I don't know if they had schedule, if they all just totally lost, but like not no pro like that's in the place that's on no website or whatever, but still like 4 or 5 different all type of level men they probably think that's they only joint that she's going to college, they good girl. Yeah, there's some out there that I was surprised. I'm like, damn, but look, they'll talk about this one over here, but they won't. Because my cousin, he like a little gossipy, like the boy one. So he's talking about another girl. So I hit him. I'm like, yeah, but look, they'll talk about her that you talking about, but you won't say nothing about cuz over there. Like cuz got 4 dudes come through in the same night. You ain't saying nothing. He said, no, yeah, but she ain't in the street. I'm like, come on.
Yeah, she in the street.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you never know, like.
Hey, Mundo,
men know when they tell you, don't when you pop up a little early, don't do that, call this. Like you see signals when they scared and they edgy. They be like, no, it's because this. I want to make sure it's ready. Or I don't look bad. Nah, they want to make sure you don't pull up when nobody else is there.
Exactly. And by the way, on your live today, I noticed you was walking to the Benz. I was like, he's like, yeah, I'm about to get in the whip. Then you said, wait a minute, that's not my whip.
Yeah, that's not mine. That's not the Benz.
Yo, you
I
had
ain't
me
got
crying.
that yet.
I was like, where the truck at, B? And you like, oh man, my bad. You was like, you ready for that Benz though, huh? You ready to go?
Yeah, I'm not. I'm ready for the foreign. Yeah, the Jag picture, that was I think it's called Auto something. It's on Churchill, almost by Kennedy, but they fix the tires, the line and everything. He was there. I was getting 4 tires, and he pulled up. He pulled up in that G-Wagon with another dude getting something checked real quick, and he sat in front of me. I recognized him at the mask and all that. So, somebody else I know him or whatever. So, he a public figure regardless. So I hollered at him. Oh, yeah, like, what's good? You such and such. You this. He's like, yo, how you know? And then we just vibed after that. His man's like, yo, go ahead, take a picture with him. Like, I wasn't asking for no picture, whatever. Like, yo, take a picture. He said it like twice, so I ain't want to. Not saying that I would mind a pic, but, I was going to shut him down, especially if he showed love on the conversation and all that. But, yeah, right there on Churchill, almost by Kennedy.
And shout to Douglas Anderson. Yeah, he said mistake was too much too soon. Exactly. Like, I think in the story, and someone correct me if I'm wrong, I think in the story, he bought all of this within a 2-week period. Like, he spent all this. That's crazy.
Must have been a baddie. He was just trying to show out, or, he thought he was going to wrap it up.
If you're doing all that, then you ask him to be, you like Monopoly, you ask him to be the bank.
Exactly.
That's all you showing.
No, and if they see that right away, they thinking it's way more. And then when they see you just cut it out of nowhere because you thought they out. As soon as they see it's no more, because probably if it was more, he probably like try to shut it down. Like, all right, listen, that's all I'm giving. I need this. Was he with her already for a while? Was he taking it down and all that?
As far as I could remember, like I said, it was more about her breaking up with him after he did all of that. But it looked like he bought all of that within weeks. I don't know if he was smashing prior to that. I vaguely remember the story because it happened right before.
Because I don't know what they be saying breaking up, but I don't know what people call breaking up. Sometimes they meet them on the site, then they answer them February 14th. Yeah. Then they start sending money. They meet on March 28th, but can't really meet up that day. Then they spending money to July. They break up. They saying we broke up. I'm like, well, was y'all really dating? Was you smashing? Was this happening? Like, what was it really? I got to give all the details because people be omitting. The main things in it. But definitely, again, like what I recommend, I ain't trying to stop, the game. The game is the game, only the players change. So, yeah. But what I would recommend for anybody that, is looking for any wisdom on that or whatever, only give what really doesn't hurt you, B. Like they say, that ain't tricking if you got it. So if somehow, some way it's going to hurt you the minute she leave, then don't give that much. She got to earn that. You give enough until where you think she earns. Like I'm at a point, like right now, if I had $1 million, and even if I'm trying not to, but even if I knew I was going to cheat and my wife might leave me because of that, or I know I would if I get caught again, I'll still leave it in her name and she could leave with the $1 million because I feel like she earned it. So, you got to risk whatever you think they earn. Start with the movie, start with a little dinner or whatever you think it is and work it up into a mansion once you find your queen.
That's right. Shout out to Big Reg. Yeah, that's why I got Mundo on here. I like his info, and you guys hearing it from me. It's like, yeah, I can tell you I've been all over the place, and which I have. But at least if I say it and you go, well, you don't believe me, we got Mundo right here. You can believe a genuine Dominican dude. So you ain't gotta listen to me if you don't want to. Who to God? Shout out to you, baby. He said free. Like I said, no free promo. Wings are to go to jail for. Yeah, I heard about that. Crazy. Like I said, this is it. Hey, Mundo, my new motto for 2020. 2021, thank God, is mind your business. That's what I'm doing. Mind your business,
yeah. I think I've seen that hashtag a few places. Mind your business. So I've been trying to do for a while, too. Today was just something had postponed because, he had public something up. Probably was going to try to say, look, I pulled up. Some dude ain't come. He was talking all of that, after I posted them. But that's what we on. We on our mind my business. But remember, if you line up in front of me, my mind is my business. So don't think just because I'm minding my business,
real talk.
Y'all can't get checked or end up on that Summer Jam screen or pulled up on, face to face.
Hey, that was a classic pull up. Here's the thing when people talk about pull up. Shout out to Felix. I always tell people, hey, we got a problem, pull up. Or we can just, like I said, my thing is, I ain't about no beef because I ain't with all that no more. But I guarantee you, if you pull up, we're gonna squash it out. We're gonna walk away with a mutual respect, whatever the case may be. So I tell people, instead of all that yappity yap, pull up. You actually pulled up. And I honestly gotta tell you, I had it on a 55-inch in the living room. I told you that.
Yeah.
It was the anticipation was the best part. Like
the build up. Yeah.
Every time someone walked out, is that him? Is that him?
Yeah. And there was 2 or 3 that looked like him too. Like people think he's not gonna come and he showed up. So shout out to him. He definitely came up.
That really, like, I think you had 100 some people just waiting, like, all right, we're here. We're gonna wait to see. Oh, that's not him. Nope, that's not him. So it was like
that's what I said. People be saying, "Oh, the information, give me to this." I'll be like, "Yeah, y'all say the information, but when it be the effery, y'all be live in y'all like y'all be on it. Y'all be there want to see what's going on."
We got 100. We had 185 at one point, and you know what they here to see. But I told you, mind my business is my motto. They only here to see that. I gave them some info at the beginning of the show, so they know where to go. Now I do want to say this before we get back into the comments, because like I said, you on our shows, I say me and Mundo, and if you guys got a dope name for it, we can change the name from Simp Talk to something else. If you guys come up with a dope name. But on our shows, what we do is we talk behind the scenes. We set up something.
Flipping Mundos. That's what it's called. Flipping Mundos. It's like we flipping world. The DR and the American world. Y'all got both versions. So we flipping Mundos right now.
That's the next week's name right there. So for me, I start off with the information. I give my things, that I bring Mundo in. He comes and hosts it. And whatever topic we discuss that we're gonna go into, and then we freestyle whatever you guys want to talk about. So I gotta remind you something of the reason I started this channel. I used to see people giving such bad information about DR. So I realized that, well, Greg, you know what? You went through the ups and downs. You went to jail. You did bad business. You did it, not bad. I did good business, but it was the wrong way. I didn't have my paperwork straight where I could have got messed with. I went through everything. I had to deal with shady businessmen, shady people, and I learned. So I did all that so you ain't have to do it. So now, since no one held my hand and I learned all this on my own, all this information, I try to help people from what I know. And like I told me in Mundo Talk, I asked him about the what was that? The citizenship thing.
Yeah, the residency. The residency.
Excuse me. Thank you. Excuse me. I'm sorry about that. Residency. I've never done it. I've talked about people who've done it, but I've never done it. And honestly, I wasn't interested. I am interested, but it wasn't something on the top of my list. So I said, I can direct you to somebody who knows about it, but I don't know nothing about it. I know the first step is go to your embassy back in your state, excuse me, or the closest one. That's how it starts. But anything else, I really can't tell you. So for me,
everything. Let me give you a quick rundown where you're gonna find it, and the people could too. Like I told people before, if they do the research on the website, I'm gonna send you the link. U.S. government, not U.S. government, I'm sorry, DominicanEmbassy.com. You just put how to become U.S. residency. And on the website, on the official website, it's going to give you the directions on what you need on the birth certificate, on the social, on certain documents that the people that you hire is going to tell you to get on your own. Because only you could give me your birth certificate. Only you could give me your social security. So once you have all these paperwork, they're going to direct you to the U.S. Dominican consulate. Wherever you at. If you're in New York, to the one in New York. If you're in North Carolina, the one in North Carolina. To the U.S. Embassy in the country, wherever you're at. So you're going to go to the Dominican consulate with all these papers. You got to translate them if they're in English. But the good thing is right at the U.S. Embassy, they got the translator for you. So you can just take everything. They'll translate it for you there. You submit everything there. The first thing you get is the visa, the residency visa. So you get that. Then you're going to have to wait the timeline. The time that the stipulations tell you on the website, which I'm not sure right now offhand. Don't quote me on anything. If it's 2 years for the first one, 5 years for the other one, you have to get the temporary one first. Then you have to get you get the permanent one, by steps. But you just follow those steps. Everything is going to be deposited in the Dominican consulate. So even if you don't want to go to the website, if you don't want to be, you could just go to Google Dominican consulate. Google Maps going to tell you the closest one. Take a drive there. They got somebody that's bilingual and ask them, like, listen, I want to become a Dominican resident. How do I start? They're going to give you the first step. Bring all of this is the visa. Then you start with your flight. Obviously, you're going to have to start putting time in here. If you want to be a resident, that means you want to live here already. So you got to be ready to be there here and put the time in. And then you're going to stay over there and you're going to become a citizen from staying over there just by sending money. You got to come down here. You got to live the time. Certain stipulations. I think if you're renting, you got to make about $1,500 to $2,000. Those are the two price ranges. Like if you're retiring, in order for you to qualify, it's $1,500 and $2,000. I think if you got the The pension is $1,500.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't and you renting or something, it's $2,000. It's one of them that is raised $500. Depend on one. I don't know if you don't have the income at the moment or if you retire. But again, it's like in keynotes, it'll have 1 passport, 2 social, 3 ID, 4. If you do, I'm not sure if you need it. Tax ID form 808, whatever. I'm not too sure. I don't do taxes in the States, so I just gave a red number. Mundo don't even know his taxes. It'll be, in key points and bullets. It'll have like 8 bullets, 7 bullets, whatever it is that you need. And once you get all those paperwork together, like if you're gonna get a driver's license, you just go down there and you're gonna be able to handle everything without having to pay anybody fee, because you're gonna have to go anyway. Even if you don't do what I'm telling you, you're gonna hire somebody. They're gonna ask you for everything I'm asking you for, and they're gonna send you there. So with that flip, if you beat me to it, there's no issue, because I'm lazy and I'm not really getting into that one. I like doing the live things where it's like
I'm lazy.
I know, but I mean, you got a team. Shout out Paradise Live, Major, Cuz, whoever's behind it. Shout out to them. They push you, they call you. So if you could do that one, it'd be even better, because the important thing is that the information get out, and eventually, probably one time, if I'm not doing anything, I'll do one also. We'll go over it. If anybody reach out, in the future that's really serious about doing it, I might walk you through it, just so y'all can tell the experience and other people can learn from it. Or somebody just, look it up again, and anybody can do the video if y'all find out that could be a story for y'all. Anybody want to be a YouTuber that does YouTube, going and getting it done. And there's benefits to it, believe me.
Now, he just gave y'all all that free game, but Mundo, do me a favor. When you get a chance, comment, and someone give him a wrench, please. I just realized you could have posted the link yourself just now as you were talking. Or just put a comment in the thing, Mundo, so we can give you a wrench. If you don't got one already, I don't know if you have one already. So Hard Time Struggle said, Flip, what do you think about 50 Cent Baby Mom interview and 50 Cent I have? All right, so that's kind of an old story, but there's a lot of history behind that. For you guys that know, 50 had his son in all the videos. You know what I'm saying? And that was his son. You know what I'm saying? Now him and his baby moms had a rough relationship, but it is what it is. Now their relationship went bad with the son because the mother was kind of using the son for money and kind of put influence on him to not rock with him like that. Like basically say, hey, your daddy could be giving you more, but it wasn't about him not wanting to give more. It was like, well, give me my son and he'll have everything he needs, and I'll give you what you want. So that was a lot of drama, but at the same time, when the son started getting older, the animosity was there after a while. It was such stuff created in his head that he started doing things to go against his father, like being with people that he knew he had a problem with. And see, where I'm from, and I'm sure the same way you from, Mundo, you can't align yourself with the people I don't rock with. We in DR, you can do what you want, but where I'm from, if you align yourself with the people I don't rock with, then you don't rock with me.
Probably, because things could really happen, and so you gotta make sure.
I can't trust you now because I don't rock with them. But now you my blood, and you over there with them. I'm looking at you crazy. Now there was one incident where they were jewelry shopping, and it just so happened 50 walked in. And it's coincidence. 50 tried to talk to him, actually tried to pay for what he was trying to get, and dude effed him off. I mean, you already got the problem of your father being a superstar rapper and all this industry and media and all that. That's hard enough. But now you got beef with him, and then what does 50 do? I mean, where we come from, it's like this. Your father rock with you or he don't. There's no middle. So when 50 was rocking with him, trying to be a dad and have that relationship, it was all good. But as soon as things turned around, 50 tried to fix it and not let his mother get in the way. And after a while, it was like, well, all right, there's nothing much I can do other than continue doing my thing. If you come around, you come around. If you don't, you don't. And what we got to understand is, as men, most of you guys can account to this, men, when we're in our teens, if your father's in your life, you kind of rebel against your father in your teens. Like when I was young, I was doing my thing. I really didn't think I needed my dad. He helped raise me, but there was a point in time where I was like, I'm the man. I'm doing what I want to do. But when I got to my 20s, I was like, hey, daddy, I need some advice. You know what I'm saying? I kind of came back towards him because now I'm becoming more of a man and I'm thinking different. And I realized, okay, all that knucklehead stuff was cool, but let me get advice from the guy who made me rather than the guys that hung out with me. You know what I'm saying? And he would give me his real deal, which he always give me great advice. But it was like I needed to hear it from him. I needed his cosign to make sure I made the right decision. You know what I'm saying?
From home too.
So for that, I mean, it's a bad situation because I don't think they'll ever reconcile. But at the same time, I will say 50 did try. It's just what can you do? Like my son, my oldest son was taken away from me for almost 6-7 months. She bounced with him. I think I said the story before. She bounced with him for like 6 months. What ended up happening was once he came back around, he was already 8 or 9. So when he knew who I was. We had a great relationship. I was with him all the time. So when she bounced for that 6 months, he was pissed. He was like, "Where's my daddy? Where's my daddy? Where's my daddy?" So then when they came back and she popped back up, it was really because he was harassing her every single day. Like, "Where's my daddy?" You know what I'm saying? Like, "What's going on? Call him. I want to see him. What's going on?" Because me and him had a great relationship.
Because when he was there, or I mean, we talking about you, my fault. I'm the Chinola juice, my fault, guys. Then it's because you did work, or whoever was put that work in with a kid. When you're not there, he calling for you. So in that case, like, not to shut down nobody that, because I know sometimes baby moms be on the ish and they make it hard. Yeah. But at any point, if you the father, the same way the ops can get into your kid's head to do whatever, you should always be able to speak to your son and reconcile. Exactly. You got to be ready to man up and apologize, or even if it's not an apology, just be honest, be totally honest. Like, if you really haven't been there, whatever, let them know what the real reason was for, and try to be there for them there at the moment and really be there, because 50 got the power to really be there. And, like, not to shit on him, because I rocks with 50, but he trolls a lot and he don't care about a lot of people. Like, he laughs off that. So that's on him for being able to fix that. If he's so knows so much, he got so much game, if he could pimp this, pimp that, PIMP and all of this, you should be able to fix it with your son. Should know younger nigga, young dude from your hood, which scared of with you on stage, you shine them down and all that, be all up in your son's ear. So I put that one on 5th. Like, me as a man, like, my kids, they always gonna know. Like, my oldest son, he 21, 22, I wasn't able to raise him. He was in the States. But just the stories, knowing what I did when I was there and then from far away, whatever I can do, even if I don't do 10, if he see 1, he just see you trying, then, they respect that. So I get that respect from them. So it's on us as fathers. So if we got kids, to reach out somehow. If there's a girl and the parents don't want you to talk to them when you kids, you finding a way, you writing them kites. So even if it's a little letter, a little note, and you throwing it at them while they in school, they here, they gonna read it, believe me. And whenever your son or your daughter, whatever, I can't speak, but still a kid as a female, when they hear real words from you as a parent, kids always want their parents so they understand. So as parents, besides 50, whoever got a little broken relationship with their family, I tell you out there with your kids, holla at them. Kids always want their parents. That changed me. I had my pops. He wasn't there. He did some BS at a young age. But I'm making sure, like, my mom's did both roles. So I'm going to make sure, me as a father, like, if my mom did that by herself, there's no way, like, I'm going to have someone ain't going to be there for them. So I'm going to ride for them for 100 to the casket drive, like they say, for my kids.
That's how you're supposed to do it. And by the way, my oldest son's birthday's in about 3 days. Shout to him. I think he just got deployed to Asia. So shout to Lil I still call him Lil Greg. We shout to Lil Greg, who's Big Greg now. He'll be 22 in 3 days.
Okay, happy birthday to him. If he said era tu novia, if she said era tu novia, then she was. She did give an impression that they was boyfriend and girlfriend. So yeah, she got him. I guess that's the case. But chop. I would love to hear the story. But definitely, guys, I mean, y'all know it can happen. Y'all know, like, if they don't know y'all, if y'all not communicating, I'm like, no matter how fly you is. Right now, for example, I'm introduced Flip to a family member. If he comes through and we had a barbecue or whatever, and they look eyes and they get a little vibe, or if she like think he's Spanish because he light skinned, or if she hear him speak English or his accent and that kicks in, or she know a little bit of English but not that much, and they spark a conversation, or she see the New York tattoo and say you from New, and whatever they start vibing, it could turn out in the future that it could be magic or whatever, even if whatever his qualities, be the blue book or the money or just a swag, impresses her, it's going to be different than if, for example, he just meets her online where they click it, or if I just introduce her like, yo, this is my guy, Greg, he this, he that. She already know before she meet him, he this, he this, he that. So she predestined already for a reason. Oh, yeah, it's a come up. So if you meet her that way, you know it's a good chance that at any time that she get what she accomplishes, she's Scram Jones if you don't know her whole history. So you can, I'm not saying don't take the gamble. Just play the role. You got to see the girl.
Play the role and know a little bit more than just a picture.
If she's understanding when you say I don't got it, she a real one. If by any chance it's a little iffy or whatever, like if there's no honor in her or no shame in her, you know, pressing the issue when you ain't got it, then you can let her go. You know, get whatever you can at the moment for whatever you done put in, get the most hugs and whatever, and keep it moving. They got to be understanding, like when there's none, they got to be able to hold it down and understand and still want to rock with you. Like, nah, gotta do your thing. What you need? You need some time. You need me to leave you alone. You need me to be. You need the massage. You need this. They got to be able to understand.
So look, Mundo, we got 165 in the chat. Only 107 likes. Hit that like button. Mundo,
that's a lot, but hit that like. Shout out to your ratio. Always.
Get into this one right here. I got something to say about that when you done from Seek Understanding right there.
Yeah, I see now when I wanted understanding. Listen, it's like everything. It's a lot that do. I'm not going to hide it because there's been some cases earlier, and I was going to mention it earlier. I'm like, they're going to say, oh, he's taking the segment to bash his people or whatever. Yeah. But and a lot is in the same case as just what happened to that guy right there. A lot do, but a lot don't. Just like with everything, just like with American, both colors, just like European, just like everywhere in the world. You got women that take advantage and the men, you know, it's bad and they see that. You got men that take advantage. You got everything. So Dominican, it just happened in Ocoa where a guy, he had the younger wife or whatever, where he shot up and then killed himself. Yeah. But that was his wife for 2 years. They had broke up. She couldn't take the being broke, how he had it, so she got back with him. She ran for a spot, I think, for the spot of a mayor of their town and everything. So he was funding campaigns and all of this. But then I guess she went with a younger one, and he couldn't take it. So people be like, definitely never advocate for things, but some women also provoke it. Like, if you know this can happen, like if you're going to go in with the guy, ladies, I mean, they're not going to be listening, but y'all know if they, hypothetically speaking, if they was listening, you got to be able to act good. Even if you want them goods, you better be good while you got them goods. Whenever you don't want them goods, you better be able to give up everything. Now, if he respectfully letting you walk away with it, if he a gentleman, I mean, people won't be like, that's not a gentleman, that's a sucker. Let's say, like I said, it ain't tricking if you got it, and you want to be a gentleman about it and be like, keep on like, amen. But you got to be ready to give everything up. Like, you know, like they say, give up to this and then take everything you came with. You got to be ready to do that if you do something conniving. Because some of y'all want to get reckless. On top of what y'all did, y'all want to press the issue. And who want everything and want this. And a man can only take but so, not the man, human being, the mind. People are snap. You don't know what people going through. Look at that guy in Pennsylvania, how over some snow to each of a lawn turned into a massacre. So ladies, men, you know, y'all got to try to, you know, there's more people in the, I'm not going to say fish in the ocean, there's more people in the world. So move on if it ain't working and try to get a new investment. Treat it as a business. Oh, that one failed. Frank Stand failed. Let me try hamburgers. That failed. Let me sell waffles. Try something else. You know, just don't give up.
So look, Mundo, you got your wrench now. So if you want to post something, feel free to post it. So for me, because that's a funny question for me, because I deal with so many Dominicans, a lot of women I kick it with. I always hear, I don't mess with Dominican man. I don't mess with Dominican man. But I'd be like, well, you got 2 kids by Dominican man. And they go, yeah, but he did this, he did that to me. I'm like, listen.
They say we cheat. They always say we cheat. So they looking for something.
Relationships happen, things happen. Don't tell me you lived with this man for 7 years, had a kid, and you just decided he wasn't the one no more, or he wasn't no good to you no more. He's just like some girls I've seen. Well, what did he do? Now some can say, yeah, he had mad chicks like that.
Real quick to their defense, so then you could go all the way and be like, yeah, but whatever it is, and you could go all the way in. Them other little train of thought almost. Some at the beginning start, And not bashing us men. Mama flipping the crib, salute to her. Felicia Jordan, we gotta be respectful to the female. Some of us are crap from the beginning, and we sell a lot of dreams. And then we expect for them, to take everything we want, and we still want to do us. So you gotta understand, if they really love us and gonna be down for us, we still want to be able to be dibbling dabbling. And when we do that, that's when the issues start. So, sometimes then the female get accustomed and they'll be with them for 5 years, 10 years, because they already got kids, or they're not trying to be switching up. So they holding on until finally they can't take no more, then they gone. So to some of them, from the beginning, they get a crappy guy. But besides that, go ahead, go in on them, because we are Simp.
No, and that you pretty much said what I was about to say. It's like you never know.
On anything. That's why I rock with you. Like I be telling him anything Flip be saying from the start. I heard I be spot on like that. But I'm raised with him a son. Like he be on point, and you don't be capping. You be hitting people with the info. It's like what it is.
What you just said. I mean, it's always good. It's a relationship. Nothing's perfect. But I've literally had women tell me, "Oh, this, that, and the third." Dominican women. And I'm like, "But you just like, what did he do?" Now, okay, if you could tell me he was a dog, that's a good reason. But I've had women that said, I don't mess with Dominicans no more. Well, what did your baby daddy do? Because you had a kid with him. You was in a relationship with him. What did he do? I've literally been told, and I'm telling you, I've met chicks who've broken up with their boyfriend because they were bored. He worked too much. I'm like, he worked too much? You want him to work. My life was just boring. I got tired of it. I was like, so, I hear that, and I hear that a lot. My response always, Mundo, is, well, wait a minute. You didn't have one kid with this man. You had 2 or 3 kids with this man. So he couldn't have been that bad. But now they're like, no, but I'm moving on. Well, don't tell me he was that bad a guy because you kept going back to him. But like you said, some of us, and I'm going to include myself because I'm going to get into this comment right here, will tell you whatever you need to hear to do whatever. But me, that's my motto with Devon. Shout out to D. You with me or against me. See, I'm kind of the opposite. I'm an asshole from the jump. I'm gonna let you know this is gonna be very tough. It's gonna be a concourse. It's gonna be a maze. You will be the MVP at the end of this. I guarantee you. Anybody that rocks with me, and shout to my sister, we say you are the real MVP. If you could deal with my bullshit, my demands, the way I am, I'm controlling as hell as when it comes to I want things my way, this time, my time, at all times. If you can deal with that, it's gonna be a beautiful world. I'm gonna treat you. There was a post.
And what the MVP get? The MVP get the crown or the trophy. So that's what I'm saying. So the ones that do ride out, the female that do ride out and is really down and keep up with everything, they deserve everything. But yeah, it's definitely still either with me or against me, because that's what, if they on some BS, they got to keep some moving. But that's why, again, you got to know you're going to invest your time in. Somebody that y'all vibing and you feel comfortable. You're going to want to sacrifice. Even if you still demand everything, when you really want something or one is really bothering, you always sacrifice yourself. You want to make things difficult so she can see you went the extra mile. Like she said, some ice cream, even though you got the ice cream parlor, the bone downstairs, now you want to go a few kilometers more and get her the Baskin Robbins so she could be like, why you went so far? Now I'm going to get you the Baskin Robbins, right. So you'll be like, oh yeah, he really going out for me. So
listen, I post all the time. La vida conmigo es complicado, pero bonito. It's difficult. I ain't gonna lie to nobody. I had chicks tell me, why are you like this? I'm not changing. I know I'm not always right, but I gotta push those buttons to make sure you still on point with me.
But you got the main ingredient that is being honest. Even if it's crude or real or whatever, it's real, so they can't be mad. So before, like in my younger days, whenever I say something crazy to a female, always respectful, of course, even if it's disrespectful, like respectfully say it in that way, they'd be like, yo, but why, how you just so honest? I'd be like, I mean, what I'm going to do, lie to you and this and that, and then we still end up, but if I'm honest from the beginning, nobody mad if it don't turn out right or whatever, and they be respectfully accepted. So it is what it is. Sometimes the truth do get you far. You think it's gonna shut you down and be like, "Hey, he really honest. Go ahead, let's rock out."
You're right about that, Alex. So my mom said my son hasn't left yet. Okay, I guess he's going out soon. He has not left yet. Nice picture, my mom's right there too. Okay. Mundo keep it real, man. He don't BS. He keep it real. D Hicks, what's up, baby? 1 second. Oh, I missed a comment up here. There we go. Shout out to Felicia Jordan, always on point. Shout out to all the mods. Wait. So hold on. I gotta put this up there. So there is a young lady. I'm not gonna put her business out there, but we call her the MVP of Sosua. She quickly went from rookie LeBron to MVP LeBron in a matter from Halloween to now. I swear to God.
2003 to 2005 season. Quick.
Easy. She was there. Went to the finals, everything. So there was a contest at one of the events, and she was part of it. It got a little crazy, like my party get a little crazy. We have a little fun.
It's paradise.
As she's dancing, someone yells out MVP, and the
whole crew. You got a chant.
It was about 200 people were yelling out, and she didn't understand what that meant. But
she loved it.
Because I
bet you she loved it.
She is the MVP. If anybody is, it's her. So she loses the contest. She comes like second in the contest. So she pulled me to the side and she goes, "What is the MVP?" Now, Ryan, I didn't tell you the story. She goes, "What is it? What is that?" And I was like, "That means you're pretty good at what you do." She was like, "Yeah, I am pretty good." I said, "I've heard." Everywhere she went, there was like, she would be walking down the block, MVP. Like, oh my God.
They crowned that she got that unanimous MVP.
Hey, she is listen, if they made a champion, it is her.
I'm here, guys. Mace, everybody. I'm here. I came right up in a second, but I'm here. I'm not going nowhere.
All right, it's cool. He just going to the background. New Ever Jersey, what up? Shout out to Jersey. The people said I don't give Jersey enough love. Shout out to New Jersey. Taylor, there you go. He's a name. I'll show you, Taylor, next time you're around. Andre, what up? Ray Lloyd, shout out
everybody. Ricochet, New Jersey. Mace again, Taylor, Andre B, Ray Lloyd, Travis R, Andre B, Seek Understanding.
Y'all hit that.
So what you guys, but what you guys want to know? What you guys, heard in these streets? I probably heard about it, but it'd be so many things. Like they be asking what you want to talk about. I don't know which one to pick because I'd be like, oh, he touching that one. I wanted to hear this one. What you guys are saying in the chat?
This is question time before we end the show on final thoughts. So put in the comments right now what you want us to talk about, and we'll see who decides it. Well, I know certain things I won't talk about, but because it's my business here. And if Mundo wants to talk, he has free reign to do what he wants. But put in the comments what you guys want to talk about with me and Mundo on the chat right now. Anything, I told you guys, anything goes. Neo G. I'm sorry, Nige. I call you Neo G all the time. Nige, what up, baby? Yes, you got a clean shout out for Jersey. Yes, baby. Mm-hmm. Marquise Moore, what up?
Marquise, much love to you, Marquise. Shout out to you.
As we wait for the comments to come up, for what you guys want to talk about. So the weekend went through pretty much without a hitch. The only issue I did have, and this is part of organizing, was I had a lot of staff. Like for the beach, I had dudes running up and down the flip-flop back to the beach, back and forth. That really wasn't an issue. I just made sure everybody was on point. Then I had a couple people that were there, but missed particular events. So in one situation, I'm working double time. The guys were like, Greg, sit down, relax. I said, I can't relax. I want everybody to have a good time. Because no matter what, word of mouth spreads. If everybody has a good time, more people come, we do more events, it gets popping. So there was a situation where I got all these guys organized. I said, listen, everybody's going over here with Loco, blah, blah, blah. Now, good dude out here in Sosua. I guess he didn't hear me right. So I questioned like 3 times to make sure because I had a head count for this one excursion. I did 2 excursions. I had a head count for one. I had a head count for the other. So boom, I did the head count. It was perfect. He was the last one, not the last one, but the last number. I said, come on, let's go. Go with Loco, do your thing. I'm out with the other group. We already moving out, and my phone's going on. But we in the quads, we in the ATVs. Things are going crazy. I'm like, yo, what's going on? They like, yo, someone wanted a buggy. I said, no, this is the buggy tour over here. That was the ATV tour. So what ended up happening was whatever miscommunication led to homie wanting to leave and getting a refund. And I'm like, dude, I paid for that. and you didn't even get on it. You could have called me and came over here. I had buggies for you. So really, it wasn't a big deal, but it was a headache because I was doing so much. I'm moving hundreds of people around, and little nuances like, bro, all right. And it wasn't really him. It was more of a miscommunication. So much going on. But it's like I said, everything went through without a hitch. It was just little stuff here and there because people don't realize I'm really busy. You know what I'm saying? But it was a great week.
No, and dealing with people, not saying like people are a burden, but just once is just 2-3 people going to lunch, just deciding what to eat sometimes is a thing. Now imagine, trying to make sure everything goes right for a big crowd is a big responsibility. But you already know, from proof in the pudding, you've been doing your thing, Paradise Life. Shout out to all the events. It wouldn't been rocking so long if it ain't do what it do, The blessings is just gonna keep growing.
All right, so Mundo, here we go. I'm gonna go. Hold on. I'm gonna go. My bad. I went too far back.
While you scroll or whatever, your squad, I ain't gonna give you too much attention, but if you feel that way, you ain't pay nothing for me to do anything, so you shouldn't have no request. You pull up on them and do your own dirty work. You got history with them, you know them. Do your own pull up.
So Mundo, I told you, I'm sorry to cut you off, brother. I told you that I am on full mind my business mode. But if you would like to talk about a situation that happened during Super Bowl with some people,
we get.
You feel
they ask
it. Talk about it.
They ask it, so it's where I'm like Uncle
I'm gonna get it.
Talk about it. Yeah, I'm gonna go to that one, and you can hit all the chats one by one. As soon as I knock each one down, when you come back, we can talk about anything that people want. Yeah, people did get locked down the Super Bowl weekend at Atlanta Lights, on top of Miami Bar on the Malecon. So they thought they had a permit, a special permission to stay open a little bit later. So the police, they was rounding up, closing every business that didn't have proper license, not approved by the government to be open, like resorts and special hotels and things like that. And the police went in and locked everybody up. Since this is on top of Miami Lights and, the owner didn't respond, and say, what the business was and present any paperwork or anything. I heard allegedly this part. This part is allegedly, because I can get the full info. He slid off and left his manager and the family there. They got locked up with all the guests, all the customers, I would say. And then they got the next day, a few people bailed themselves out, I heard. Some people that told me, I don't know if they're lying about being there or not. Other people were let out in the morning. Supposedly, after he took care of or whoever took care of, they let the other people out after the fines or whatever were paid. And then it was a page that quickly, since the place they didn't know that business was open, used Miami Bar's name. They saw a Spanish and Dominican person locked up as a manager. They assumed it was the owner of Miami Bar and they put their name out. So the owner.
Mundo, hold on. I'm not going to talk about it, but I want to interject at that part right there.
Perfect. Yeah, anything I'm wrong, I appreciate you because you're
not wrong, but it's information that needs to be put out there on what you just said. So the place that did, and I'm not going to name his name because I give no free promo. The place that did the story saying it was one spot, right? And then it had to recant it the next day and give the real name. It's weird because that's the same guy who was doing the promo for that night. If you go follow that guy's name, who said it was Miami Bar, then recanted and gave the real name. 2 days prior, he gave the promo for that event. Okay. I do my research, so go ahead.
Okay, so what that would tell me off that info I got is that the person to try to use that as the BS in the game to clean it up, boom, boom, and say it was this and that. And when they saw that guy blown up and they saw there's going to be an issue because the person going to be mad they named me, they try to recant. But the damage is already done. The person also try to, benefit off it, try to laugh it off at what the customers happen and promo off of it, talking about this so good they call the police and all that. Yeah, I know what it is in the streets. Y'all ask, we're not going to give them too much promo so it won't sound like I'm bashing. We just type on our my business, but y'all already know what it is, man. Death row status. If you ain't trying to get Liz out, you ain't going to flip-flop for the with eggs.
You made a comment on your live. I just caught up on your other live after your Mulan live.
Over there, I'm more reckless. Hey, I'm trying to be a little politically correct.
No. You made a good comment, though. I think people need to understand. And like I said, I don't knock Dominicans, I don't knock DR, but I know there's certain things that happen here that most people don't understand. Yeah. Well, it happens everywhere. So you made a comment and said, if you doing something and someone else is jealous, they gonna snitch on you in a heartbeat. That's what happens. I made a comment to a friend of mine, not that I'm no bank robber or nothing like that, but I said security is so lax compared to American security that we can pretty much knock down every bank in a couple of hours over here. Yeah, we would all get caught though. And then my man was like, why? Small. I said, because one of the locals would tell. One of the locals
for small and everybody
we have to have a local with us. And it's not me really that he would just tell, like say, yeah, we did it. He would go and do what some American idiots do as well. But he would go from having 500 pesos in his pocket to buying 10 bottles of Johnny Walker Black in the club. Yeah. And everybody in the neighborhood is going to say, hey, Jose, where'd you get the money from? Yeah. You know, and the banks just got robbed.
Anywhere. As soon as anybody see money or flash, where this come from? That's what everybody thinking. Because
and what's he going to do? He going to tell on everybody.
Like
so
always.
When Mundo made that comment about other business owners, you ain't. If I'm sitting there, I gotta close, but you open, and I'm hearing about you open.
It was other business owners beefing on the live. They closed the other, like it was a liquor that the lady got it. She got the little white car. They closed her joint down, and when she was leaving, she was beefing. She speak English, but I think she Dominican. She was beefing at the police and all that. She like, oh, why these people open? We this. Even though the other certain business, you know, I'm not plugging or unplugging. I don't know if they got special. They got an investment where if they do got a license or whatever, then hey, y'all can't get mad. And even they've been intervened before, you know, as well. And then they got whatever issue resolved and fixed again. But even they got intervened. So y'all already know, like,
the issue is, and also where I go back to my previous comment about the reason I do these videos for information. The issue is a lot of people just don't have all the information. Let me tell you guys something. I know we see videos of when the curfew, the 10-day lockdown. You saw 50 videos before I released mine. Well, guess what? I had to research it. I had to contact my lawyer. I had to contact my accountant. Those are my two sources of information besides my news sources that I confirm every single thing. Every time there's a change to something, a protocol, a time, I got to contact my lawyer. I got to contact my accountant for exact interpretation of what it says. Because you may just get that post that you guys like reposting that says, oh, Toke Akita is 5 o'clock till 5 p.m.
They take a comment, but they don't got the rest of it. They just took a comment from what they said.
I gotta go behind that. I gotta get the presidential decree and see step by step exactly what he's saying. Okay, you know what he's saying? Businesses gotta close at 5, but you can be outside for another whole 3 hours. I gotta clarify that. I can stay open till 11 and do takeout delivery, but my business gotta be closed. So these are things where I said I researched and I confirm with people who I trust. Now, my lawyer, I've had my lawyer for 9 years, I believe it was. I haven't had my accountant for more than 4 years, but I've known her for 10. And I'll say, so it's like, these are people where we literally sit back and talk, and I go, okay, what about this? What about this? And if something I can't find, I go, yo, do me a favor. Can you tell me about this? I've even hit Mundo up and asked him something about the government. Like, we had a quick convo. So it's like, I'm asking.
But you be on point. You just be confirming. You be on point with everything. Like, not too in your own.
I can't tell the people. I can't tell the people without having factual information. And so when I tell people about business and all that, how I learned, how I got things, this is experience. I know you guys think I'm an arrogant son of a bitch, narcissist, whatever it is, but I speak from experience. Like, I can tell you about Southside. I heard you make a joke about 1998. I can tell you about Southside in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? I can speak on that. I was there. When that shout to that TV show Crack on Netflix, I grew up in that. So when I watched that TV show, I was like, yeah, people don't realize what that really was. Snowfall, it broke down my childhood. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't in LA, but it was happening in LA and New York. So I'm like, I was really there. And I'll tell you, this is really what happened. So I'm in these streets now in DR. I made DR my home. I'm speaking from experience of things I've been through. I know a lot of guys want to sell, get you to give their super chat, get you to hit their WhatsApp, their Cash App and all that. and give you the information you want to hear, that it's so easy and just do it like that. Or listen to this person because they know what they're talking about. But I'm telling you from the bottom of my heart, I've told you guys a million times, don't trust anybody. And I've said this 120 times. Don't trust me, because people will tell you what they want you to hear and not tell you the facts. I've had to let guys down. Guys be like, I want to do this, I want to do that. It seems like a good, one of my guys was like, why would you tell them that? I'm giving them the facts. It seems like a good idea in the States, but that certain situation may not be a good idea here. Because then it was a situation with buses. The dude was like, I was like, you got to deal with taxi mafia and the traffic commission. He was like, my lawyer didn't tell me that. He just told me to get the buses over. I said, see, he didn't tell you got to deal with the traffic commission.
Because what he going to do, he going to get you in there, but regardless, at the end of the day, your buses and all that is going to kind of belong to whatever syndicate he put you for. Because for them to run on the route. So you're going to be the owner of the bus, but if the drivers beat your bus up or break it up, get all the bread, next thing you know in a year, they give you your bus all beat up, then you're done. So, it's like it's committees that even the government, they take it. But the government taking over now would be like on Nunez, they got the new bus with AC and there's no cars, there's no public cars coming down to Nunez. But it's like Flip said, it's syndicates that got it on lock. You can't just buy buses and come out here and just be...
It's the same as Uber. While in Sosua, they were beating up Uber drivers.
Yeah, in the East too, Puerto Plata too, outside the resorts. They was police were snatching them up.
Can't do it.
Even a Sosua and all that. Yeah.
You hurt somebody's pockets. So Uber's cool for us. We're gonna pay $3 to go around the city. But what about that taxi that charges $25 and gets away with it? Because that's the price for the town. You gotta understand there's rules to this. We can't just walk up in here. There's someone that has to get something under the table, over the table, whatever the case may be. Case in point, and I'll go into this real quick. The boats. I told guys I hated having the boats, that we're actually selling it. The company's selling one now, trying to get another one. We'll talk about that another time. But during the situation, my partners, the guys who got the boats, had a lawyer. I didn't really trust him. And then he said, well, we're going to do an underhand deal and get it done fast paced. So they came to me and they said, Greg, we know you know your ish. Can you sit in on this meeting with this Marine dude to get it fast paced? I said, well, first off, there's no such thing as fast paced in DR. I don't know much about the Marine stuff, but I'll sit in. As I sit there, everything the dude is saying sounds like he's hustling them. He's supposed to be this big dog from Santo Domingo with no ID, no information, nothing to show who he really is. And him and the lawyer are telling my guys, just give me $30,000 now. You will have the boat, the matricular, the title. It'll be turned the flag thing for the bandana, everything in 2 months. And in my mind, I'm like, and the lawyer's like, yeah, we should do it. I'm like, why can't he take 15,000 now, 15 later, or 10,000? It's still a lot of money. I've got to pay. I said, no, that's not. Anybody's going to take a deposit and run with it later. So he was like, I got to have all the money now. I said, so the lawyer's mad at me because I'm talking back in Spanish to him. I'm like, bro, why can't you just take like 10,000 is a lot of money to give somebody at one time that we don't know. Why can't you take the 10, show us your process, bring some paperwork back, and we good? Nah, I need it all. So as me and him was going back and forth in a heated argument, the dudes is like, well, you know what? We trust you, Greg. We don't feel comfortable. I said, well, let me get my lawyer. But I know my lawyer don't do maritime either. So my lawyer went and found one of the maritime dudes and said, listen, I need you to get this situation done. What is it going to cost? How are we going to do it? Well, my lawyer went to one guy. He put him on to another guy, right? This guy said, well, use my guy. Now, my lawyer trusts him. So he's saying, you trust that guy? Cool. This guy goes, well, everything's legit. You got to give me X amount of dollars. He wanted something like $5,000 to start, which sounds legit. It's all legit. $5,000 start, and we go through the process. You pay this, you pay my travel fees, this and that. Progress was being made. There was an issue with a fine from the previous owner of the boat. It got stalled. That got handled. Then we were we did inspections, all this stuff. The drug police came, all inspections. They got to inspect everything. Then boom, there was a stall again. And we're at something like 8 months now. And it doesn't take this long. It wasn't even COVID time. It was regular time. So now I go to the guy, and first I go to my lawyer because that's the guy I vouch for, who I trust. And I go, so he gets to the guy, he goes, what the hell's going on? My lawyer does everything in his power, goes to Santo Domingo, fix the situation, end up being like an extra $1,500, but the process was finished in the next 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, you gotta know the people you dealing with are trustworthy, and that takes time. That takes a lot of time.
The only reason that takes doing small business, seeing how they act and always do right and go be
bigger. The only reason I trust my lawyer, and I've said this before, in the DR horror story where that club that TaylorMade was showing, that was 718 Lounge. That was mine. Like I said, all that furniture, I did that. Only reason I trust my lawyer, he lives right across the street, and the politician owned the whole building to the side. When the politician set me up, or tried to set me up, my lawyer came to defend me. I did not know that my lawyer and the politician were best friends for 40-something years. And when I got out, I came back to the bar. My lawyer's out there arguing on the corner with about a bunch of neighbors. Other neighbors didn't like me either. The neighbors and the politician. They all said, how you going to help that gringo? You with us. And he goes, first off, I'm a Christian. What's right is right. What's wrong is wrong. You can't do that to that man. That was illegal. He said, and that man puts food on my table, and I'm with the law and God. I'm not going to go against that. And I said, that man got my business forever. He went against his best friend of 40 years to make sure I was right. So that's the dude I'm going to rock with, because he didn't have to do it. He lost a friendship to keep me out of jail, keep me from
And with that, not only that, he proved what he's doing. He was doing his job regardless. He was being trusted, you know. If you really buy your code or your bar, you know, for all lawyers, like, no disrespect. Yo, if you hire a lawyer out here also, remember, you're hiring them. You're the boss. So whatever you want done, all they are is the instrument, you know, so they can deposit whatever legal paperwork or they know the correct step. But you got to let them know what you want. And for anything you want to purchase, all you need to see is the title. Whoever's the owner should have a title. Always. That's a paper, which is a real document from the government. And whoever name is on that, if you speak to them and you see their ID, they can sell. So the first thing you ever need, just like everywhere in the world, they might have a different name, but it's a bill of sale. If they're willing to sign a bill of sale, your lawyer signs up the contract with the bill of sale, or they present it, you just read it. If it got all the numbers exactly as the chassis, as the thing and everything, everything's legit, then you know you have something you could buy. You could give a deposit. You could, if they give you the original and with the bill of sale, you could pay the whole thing, and then just you yourself could deposit the paperwork and go get all your inspections and everything and get your title and everything in your name. If any institution needs an inspection before you actually purchase, then the seller would know they have to hold off on the payment until that inspection passes. And all you should have to pay is the inspection, which is the taxes. Here they call it impuestos, and it would be at the bank, at a Banreserva. So you always get a receipt, or you could do the line and pay yourself at a Banreservas. And besides that, you'll be straight.
Free game right there. So this comment, Lucas says, big up to the talk show. Appreciate you, Lucas. I want to answer this first, Mundo, if you don't mind. I think it's pretty simple. Do's and don'ts when traveling with a curfew. For me, do's, follow the law, and if you want to move around, have a permitted taxi, meaning they can move around at any time. Don'ts, don't act like you know everything and know everybody and be out there on your own and get caught up. Did I miss anything, Mundo?
No, you basically hit it. What I would say, if he's saying when traveling as first in general, just plan yourself. Do whatever's allowed in the daytime, and when them certain restriction hours come, have a plan that you're going to be satisfied with those hours. The ones you got to be locked in, and the ones you got to be in movement.
Appreciate the Travis. Let me see. Chillax, let it top out until you pay either way. She always pay. Wallace Fuller, appreciate going rates. I really don't know. I was busy this weekend, man. I had
going rates on what?
I ain't really. I think they're going rates on those things. New Ever Church, appreciate you, brother. Shout out to my man Donnie. My IQ is my barbecue. What up with you, baby? Had a ball. Appreciate you, baby. You gonna be barbecue? My man Donnie, you gonna be barbecuing next time? I'm telling you. I need some of that great barbecue.
them questions through there think y'all make people think y'all got letters in y'all name. I mean, y'all alphabet and all that. Because we was really interested, which this is, which we're not on that. Y'all can see we're not on that. We won't be. So don't holler my way with that. But what y'all would do is, if y'all got enough for that, we really was come down, present yourself, really show out, really earn the trust, and y'all know, get the direction and say what you could put in and how far you could go to see if y'all meeting wherever, whether it's halfway or 70-30, wherever y'all meeting. But just on there, price of them things.
Look, we'll tell you anything you want to hear in person. You know what I'm saying? But online, can't really do that. Yo, big super.
But so you could get it, so you can see it's not that hard. I was just giving you an example how in the chat, like that's crazy you asking that. You could just go on the news and any last bus when they tell you what's the rate, and you be seeing what it be. In the news they tell you they call it 10, value that 5 mil or whatever. So you know it's 500,000 pesos. You divide that into whatever. You know, you do your math. Whenever in another country it gets caught, they say, they caught 1,000, value that 2 mil. You already know what they cost, 2 racks a piece. So it's simple math. It's not like it's something, but saying the question, the way you put it there, it's like it make it sound like we got that or that's what we think. Well, my man got wings and I just got content. I just be talking about Ish and the people, now I mean, supporting.
Hey, shout to Big Super. So I was on your live. I was cracking up.
Yeah, that's my Brooklyn goon.
He threw me a little bus. He said, I want no smoke with Flip. I was like, I was crying. I was on my crib crying like, oh my God.
I still got some 2-time from where I was at. My man showed me love with some so-called 2-time. That got me chinola juice for real. But yeah, Big Super, I ain't see all of them, but I was interacting with everything. Big Super, wow, my guy, Big Super, he deboed the whole chat for 100. So salute to you, Big Super.
Yeah,
you already know.
He got it to 100, yeah. I didn't know. I sent you something, but I didn't know he was counting. So when I sent you my thing, I thought he counted mine. I didn't read when he said, tag what you put. So the whole
that's
time
what I told him.
You mine. I'm like, well, you know what I'm saying?
When he was pressing it, I'm like, yo, I think we way past that. I'm like, you pressing it, then you deboing out there, man. I think we passed that already because from before that, he was hitting it.
Shout out to him. Edgar Diaz, what up? You got to respect the game out here. Listen, we are foreigners besides Mundo. He's Dominican. I mean, he grew up in the States, but he's Dominican. I'm a foreigner.
Today is, Tulsa, the reason for that is like, and again, I know we got all races here, but not being, but yes, being stereotypical. The same way if you see me, you say, oh, you think he Arab, or you'll know I'm not a certain race, or be like, yeah, he's still Dominican, he not this. Even though sometimes for a short time, I might confuse you. You might be like, oh, he this, or until you hear something and think otherwise. Mm-hmm. But the reason he the main one he hustles is because we showed him much love. You know, if they ask you once, even if you say, get out of here, they ask you again, like, get out of here. The third time, like, oh, come on, man. You just keep asking here. You know, we show love. We grown up seeing that that's the right thing to do. So they keep pressing, or they know at some point we're going to give it. So that's why it may seem that way. They know the other ones is more cold on some more. You ain't getting nothing or just really want repercussions for anything you're taking from them. So that's why it may seem like that. So look at it in a positive way. It's because they know you'll show love.
Shout to Ralphie. Yeah, exactly. Don't act like you in the United States. Shout to Slick Trick. He said he was bringing jet skis down. See, you didn't even know jet skis are hard to really rock with down here.
Everything is hard work. That's another thing. People be asking like, yo, what's a good business? Everything is a good business. But you got to put hard work into the business. There's no such thing that is just you're going to put the money and by itself is going to do anything. Even things that they say is easy, like stocks, Bitcoin, whatever, you still got to sit behind a computer and be watching them numbers and waiting and invest 8 hours, 10 hours so you can catch it at the right prices. So you got to be ready to put in work. So, whatever you like, whatever you think you can dedicate time to, that's what it is. That'll be a good business.
Shout to Miami, Fred. What's up, brother? Appreciate that. Elvis De Jesus, yes, my Super Bowl was dope. I did it at the crib. I had about 8 people over. Young Philly, Murder Mace came through. Kenny came through. Marcus from Arizona came through. Something small. I had like 150. I had too much food. 150 wings, like 100 something beers, mad bottles. I told the guys come through. What happened was, shout out to my man Moose and Dwight. So somehow they was out at midnight, and they was like, "Yo, we hungry." I said, everybody just left. They all took food, but I still had mad wings. I said, yo, come get this thing of wings, bro. It's yours. Now, luckily, Moose and Dwight are some big ass dudes. You know, they New York City.
So was happy. Yeah. Shout out New York City. Speaking of New York City, gang just put that up. We need 3 more for the panel. We got Bronx, we got Queens, we need a Brooklyn do, the Manhattan, and the Strong Island do. So we could do the New York City Fab 5 rings.
Shout to you, Daniel Marte. Appreciate that.
I forgot about Curfew.
Glenn Bull, what up? Dwayne B. Oh, Dwayne, what's up, brother Dwayne? How you doing, brother? See you soon, man. Gaines, you already know, man. I rock with Mundo, man. It's all love. And as far as the current affecting travel, I mean, you know the times, you know how it is with the 3 hours, you know how to get around. Someone can just tell you how to get around. It ain't really been like, oh my God. Ain't gonna be no clubs open, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, Mundo. Ain't gonna be no like nighttime clubs open for a long time. Ain't gonna happen.
Everything gonna be shut down. Yeah,
now, outside clubs and bars, cool, but there will not be that classical vibe for me. I don't see it. Maybe this year. So it's the end of the year. I don't see it anytime soon right now.
Listen, I'm gonna hit y'all, even though we was getting close to the final thoughts, but I hit it right there, so I won't forget. Even if later I don't hit y'all with a final thought, because I'm everywhere. Speaking of that, not only is it not gonna be here for a while, it's gonna get funky. And not only here, it's all over the world, but it's going to be affected here. They just did the illicit for the 5G. So they about that, like all companies going to give their proposition to install 5G everywhere. They're going to hit the telephone companies here so they can pick one or whatever. And they're going to hit the country with 5G. They're going to try to do by, I think, 25 in less than 4 years or whatever, the whole country or whatever. And they're coming with that face recognition everywhere. So it's about to get crazy on everything, real strict, where besides the bars, where just people think they just getting over and just being everywhere. So people got to start preparing so the right way y'all can have some income and y'all can be able to move around and be again where y'all could be at with the law and away maybe from all the BS. If you could get some land or somewhere,
you're right.
Combo side. And even if it's not combo, if you in the States, here, even though they're going to be on the BS, it's a step closer away from the BS. It's going to be over there because over there is always going to be stronger. And then if you here, besides if you here, even if you're in the city or in the main place that you get money, it's good that you have somewhere off grid too. Also, even if it's small, even if you ain't got a lot, even if you got electricity, a little bit of water, and you can take a few things up there and all you got is nature to get away from the BS because it's going to get crazy for a while. I think whoever get that race to the 5G is going to control the country for a while because they really going to be able to, influence everything that's on the click of our phones and follow us everywhere. So.
Shout to Ginger, Tampa Twan. Shout to you guys. Also, what I read today, Mundo, and this is just for Puerto Plata Airport. Puerto Plata was 51% down in flights, and so far as tourism in flights. So even though people are coming, it's still 51% down from last year. At this same time last year. So, yes, it's going to affect the whole world, but at the same time, DR is honestly doing everything they can to keep you guys coming and comfortable with the testing that just came up. All the stuff.
2 people just stopped from coming. My son and the companion was coming, and when his companion's parents heard, like, now with the COVID and the testing and all of this, so they postponed it. So even if they come down further down the line, that stopped 2 flights coming into the country, so it's definitely down there impacting. But I think it's gonna be a slingshot. I think whenever it do like open it up or it gives some way, it's just gonna get flooded. Puerto Plata, the government just went up there and they I think they starting an investment. I don't know in what part is it, but they trying to flourish tourism. So it's gonna get to a point where everywhere in general, the south, the north, the east, like the tourism is just the country's really gonna take a big hit, not a hit in a bad way, but like a lot of foreigners are going to come to get away from the BS that's going to hit in their country first. When the tensions rise, they going to run over here.
I saw some stuff to this comment right here. We're going to have a blockchain episode with you, or at least on your channel, my channel, get like a 30-minute blockchain lesson because I saw you doing some stuff on your channel with investments. So I'm very curious about that. So. Man, Cal, I have not bought any yet, but I'm looking into it right now. And I was watching Mundo talk about it. So when I see guys are really interested, I'm looking. We'll see what happens. Before we get to the final thoughts, let's get some comment. Go ahead, Mundo.
No, I'm going to give them the final thoughts. Oh, no, let's say it for the final thoughts. No, we're going to say that for the final thoughts. Well, I'm going to break that down in simple since a lot of the people in the chat, like, even though we ain't hood, we watch a lot of hood movies and touch on the topic that they ask the price of the thing. The Bitcoin or that currency is just like, the price of the thing you ask. And whatever the thing is, I'm not saying one, but all things that, you can think of got a price. So let's say you buy 10 of those things, think that that's like 10 Bitcoins or 10 stocks or anything. So whatever price you buy at it today, let's say you buy it for 40. The only thing with this, you can't, flip it or dilute it or whatever. You just got 10 of them. If the prices go up in a month, if you store 10 of them, then, you get more money back. Now, for some reason, the prices go down on them, then you lost money. Then from hearing news and from hearing, the speculations, you can more or less know what could impact whatever it is, if it's going to go up or down. If you're hearing positive things, all companies are going to start accepting X coin or whatever it is, whether it's Bitcoin or if it's a certain company or a certain company just got a contract, they're about to have the monopoly on this. Before it takes that big high rising percentage, it's a very good chance you're going to make money. So you get in on that one. But again, that's the same thing. It goes up and down. So in other words, how a stock or something works, it's just like the price of the value by a car. You pay $30,000. In 10 years from now, it could be worth $50,000. The same way, it could be worth $10,000, depending how it appreciate or what the history of that brand of car has been known to do. So it's charts on there. I'm definitely gonna put some money from the other live that I got in my Robinhood, since somebody had mentioned it, and I'm gonna be doing little sessions where y'all come in. If y'all got specific questions, we'll answer y'all and we'll let y'all know. But the main thing on that, just with sports and everything, because I know here we got some people that do the sports, is don't put in what you can't afford to lose. With this, I'm not saying what you're going to take it as, this is going to be my career, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to make my money on. Just put whatever doesn't hurt you. Think like whatever you would drink, whatever you would party away. Let me spend this on this and see what happened with it. Now, just because you're doing it that way doesn't mean you're going to throw it away. You still do it like, there's my hard-earned money, and let me make this work.
That's what's up. So look, Jalen Cheryl, shout out to you, brother, coming through. I want to, before we get to Mundo's world, as I call it, shout out to everybody for Paradise Life Weekend again. Shout out to everybody in the chat, right? So 180 people here riding with us. We about to get into final thoughts, aka Mundo's world. Listen, guys, hit that like button. Appreciate all y'all. 1 second, Mundo. Let me set this up right now. I'm still learning the StreamYard thing.
Yeah. And I got the credit, DJ Ben Loco, the corner.
I got a question, Mundo.
It's on my tab.
Is that Stream Labs the same as StreamYard?
Nah, it's different.
Oh, because I was like, that's the same thing. I didn't even know.
StreamYard, this is good on a computer. So here on a computer, this is good. You're on a computer, you can add people. If you read around, poke around the thing, like little by little, it'll tell you, like you say cam mic. When you click on it, you go to the cam options, the mic options, share. It'll tell you can share like anybody that requests to come in, or it got a new one that says file. If you hit the file, any file you have on your computer, you can hit it and it'll play it or bring it in on a video. It got a couple of gadgets, which is good for things like this. But with the Streamlabs, it's better visuals. Like, you could put the camera horizontally. You could look with the front cam on your phone, things like that. And right through the Streamlabs, people could also hit links where they could go straight to your PayPal or other things, even without you setting it up. So I always shout them out because that's how I first got my first donor. I was doing a live just for something. I always repeat it. But I got somebody sends money in my account. I'm like, nah, I ain't set nothing up. Next thing you know, I got a message. Yeah, the Streamlabs just with the email, the link it to whatever account you got. And they'll show you love through there. And the quality, again, for the film, and it's good money. And there's a lot. It's something called Prism. All of them got their benefits. So anyone you click, you scroll through them, and it's a lot you could use to...
But Mundo, let's get to these final thoughts, man. As you see on the screen, Mundo's world. It's your world, Mundo. Shoot.
Oh, nah, y'all already knows. As far as, final thoughts, we hear everybody. I just gotta, be true. Be true. Now, be true don't mean be lame. Don't be business savvy. Don't, it doesn't mean bend over. Just be true. Be honest in everything. Take your profit. If you feel like this is how much you want to win, you think if you invested 10, you deserve 20. Amen. 20 is your price. But, don't be shady about it. Let's say if the people who pay the 20 and then that product is no good, refund that 20. You know, if you could help, you know, the next person, don't think, you know, that everybody's grimy. I ain't helping them. If you could and it don't hurt, go ahead and help them. Don't be looking, you know, to throw it in their face or whatever. You know, don't give in. Again, whatever does, whether it's in business, whether it's on a shorty, anything you're looking for, don't give in whatever's going to hurt you. You know, just put in whatever amount you worth that you just, I'm like this party and I'm tricking it off. You know, some people go out for a weekend. They be all right, I'm going to do the $50 hotel. I'm going to take it easy. I'm going to still have fun. Some people say, hey, it's my birthday. I'm going to spend $500. I'm going to spend $1,000. I'm going to throw it up. I'm going to throw money in the air. All right, so then you can put that into whatever else you want, whether it's an investment or into trying to buy relationships, as we on Simp Talk. But just be willing, you know, to risk what you're putting in.
I appreciate that.
And real quick, adding for my sports players, I said it earlier on another live, a quick tip. I'm not going to give you a team or a game. I'm going to give you the best jewel, which is the direct parlays and up. Yeah, you're going to make money if you're good, but with that, it's just the same way. Only small amounts or things you're going to throw away. But something you want to dedicate yourself to or your big money is just a straight bet because you got the 50% chance. And if you double up every time, you're not going to lose 10 or 20 straight bets. So if your money long enough, if you double up every bet, you're going to make your money back plus your original bet, and then you go back down to your original bet. Like they say, big bank, take little bank. Y'all already know, stop the bank all day, whatever's in it. Appreciate everybody having me. That was Mundo's World. That was my thoughts. Appreciate all the love.
Appreciate you, brother. Stay. Don't leave yet, though. So let me get a second. So now we're getting to my final thought, which we call flip side. That's dope. So listen, I went off on a friend of mine yesterday. I have a bad temper. It's well known, but I try to keep it controlled. So I went off on a friend of mine because there was some information passed to me that it kind of upset me. So I'm not going to give you all the details. I really don't care. Like I said, we in full mind the business mode. But I reached out for some information that I had to help somebody else. Humble myself and just I never want anyone in a bad situation. I never wish anyone bad. Listen, I may talk shit about you. I may call you a clown, a sucker, whatever the case may be. That's me. But I never wish bad on you because it's bad energy. So after all that situation, after I tried to help somebody, whatever the case may be, whatever happened, I don't care. I got information and factual information, messages, voice notes, all that my karma was when I was in the hospital. I took it very, very personal. And I'll tell you why. I don't have bad karma. There's not a single person I've done something to and put them in a situation where they can lose their life or whatever the case may be, or mess up their life. So here's my thing. Karma is almost the same as voodoo. If you put that negative energy out there, you put a curse on yourself and the person with all that negative energy, which is why I don't wish nobody bad, because I'm always positive. Because I don't want, believe it or not, when you throw that negative energy at the next person, it has to come back and collect from you. That's what karma is. So when you wish somebody bad, and in that case, my karma was being, I guess, in the ICU, being in the hospital, whatever, even though my karma for what I don't know, because I just spoke my mind and said some things I felt that I had to say. That was my karma. For the past 2 days, over 20 people have sent me the same exact message. And I'm going to leave you guys with this message. I'm going to end this live, and I appreciate you, Mundo.
You already know. Salute to you.
Karma.
Big super. Yes, I'm satisfied.
I'm sorry. Karma is undefeated. Never forget that. 20 times I got the same as that message.
6-0.
Karma is undefeated. You guys be good. Stay tuned for the next show. What we gonna call it? What we gonna call it? The Mundo. The next show?
Flipping Mundos.
Flipping Mundo. There you go. Stay tuned, guys. I appreciate Mundo, the host with the most, coming by again and again. You guys really love the show. I mean, I get most of my viewers from this one. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate the support from everybody.
If you didn't get it on the live chat, in the pinned comments, I'm gonna post his channel. It's Cash App, my Cash App. Show us some love. Appreciate all you.
Shout out Dwayne Beatty, we just got
I need to
one
get
real
to the
quick.
comments.
Shout
My
out to
bad.
him.
Everybody,
No, he subscribed. I was saying shout out to him.
much love. Oh yeah, y'all sub to Mundo, man. Much love. Check the pinned comments. On behalf of myself and Mundo, much appreciated. Love you guys, and we out of here.
Peace, everybody.